Entrepreneurs and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey Bill Costa, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
All right. Hello. We made it. Y'all, it has been a day. It has been a day. Sorry that if I look a little scary. Let me turn this camera too. I was like, is this getting inside of my face? But we made it. Oh my gosh. Y'all don't even know. I have such a thing on my heart at this point in our journey with these Monday Night Lives that I've just determined I am not going to miss one. And today the devil tried it. Look, if you're a believer, you know how that goes. If you were raised in the church, the devil tried it. But I made it here on time. You don't get the cutest version of me, but you get me. And so that's what really matters. Sometimes, and I say this to my clients and prospective clients alike, sometimes we gotta just put it out there. So many times I feel like we want to make sure things are perfect, that every T is crossed, that every I is dotted. And we're just so self-conscious about, like, if it's not perfect, what will the people say? Well, I sit here as a visual representation of it ain't perfect today. Y'all, it's not perfect today. It's not perfect today. I have a family member who's going through some health issues, and so I've had to take on some additional responsibilities. Those of you who follow me know I homeschool, but I also have a cousin that is in public school. She's still pretty young. She's in high school. And so now she's at my house for a couple of days. Y'all, we have it's testing week. So I couldn't be like, well, we just gonna not have her go this today. No, I had to get up at dark 30 because I do not even live in her city and drive her to school this morning. Hunte, get back here, get my own child up, make sure he was straight, make sure my dogs are straight, do all the household things, right? Because I'm not a millionaire. I'm not sitting out here being able to have a cleaner and staff to wait on me. Like that's not this life. Your girl had to do laundry and dishes and take the meat out the freezer because there was nobody to say take the meat out the freezer. So that was this morning, and then get right into business. Came up into the office, worked, had a coaching call, and then went and saw my family member in the hospital for a little bit, and then had to go try to get that child from school. Yeah, I just been running. I've been running. And then on top of that, because when it rains, it pours, my dryer's broken. So the little girl was like, I need to have some clothes for the week. I said, well, here, be at your house, wash and dry your clothes, and I'll just take you back to my house when you're done. And y'all, when I tell you, she called me, it was what? I was sitting out in front of her house. I said, I'm ready. It was a little bit after 5. A little bit after 5. And she says, I need about 40 more minutes. To dry my clothes. I said, baby, I got to go because I'm not gonna miss my Monday Night Live. I said I gotta go, but luckily my husband stood in the gap. I came home because look, as again, when it rains it pours. We're down to one car at the moment, and so I came in, we threw keys at each other. He went to go get her, and I was able to quickly put a little powder on my face. I tried to hype myself up, and I am here. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, that's just what we have to do. I know a lot of people think from the outside that, oh my God, they're so lucky that, their lives are simple and life doesn't happen to them and they're just able to show up and show out. That's just not the reality. I haven't met an entrepreneur yet who has a perfect life where things don't happen. I think the thing that sets them apart, and I'm going to throw myself in that category, is that when things happen, we still show up. We still will make a way. I had a coach, and some of you may have heard of him, Dean Graziosi. He's up there with like the Tony Robbins people, like big deal. But he was playing with his young son, probably like a year or two ago, and he was supposed to be recording like a new course or something, and he was playing with his son, and his son gave him a blackout by accident. If you have little kids, you understand stuff happens, and he still had to record that. Like, you've already booked people, you've already scheduled stuff, you may have a live audience, like the show must go on. And so I encourage you, no matter what we talk about today, show up for yourself, y'all. Show up for yourselves and do it anyway. Do it if it's not perfect. Get it out there. Go live. Send that email. Make that phone call. Pitch yourself. Do whatever it is, even if you don't have everything perfect and ready to go. Okay, that's what I encourage you today to do, because I'm here. and we gonna make it work. I called my assistant. She was at the dinner table. Shout outs to you, because she picked up, and I was like, "What's my Monday Night Live supposed to be about?" And this is also why we pre-prepare. But usually, about an hour or two before, I actually sit down with my notes and really make sure that I'm ready to go. But I planned out all of 2024 in December, so I was like, "What is tonight?" She read it to me. I said, "Okay." And so as I'm driving my little 20-minute drive back to my house, I'm like, "Okay. What am I going to say? What am I going to say?" And then I still couldn't come right up to my office when I got home, because I hadn't finished all the prep for dinner. And I know that they need to eat, even though I'm up here chit-chatting with you guys. And so I was just thinking, I got in here, I went over my notes real quick, added a few things, and I said, that's just going to be what it's going to be. And hopefully this is able to help somebody. So I'm super happy you guys are here. I think I got it right this time. So you should be able to view. If you're listening to me, then obviously you were able to view, but I think I have all the links and all the things, so we should be all set. Let me pin it on Facebook real quick so everybody can get it. But y'all just don't know. Woo, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes, like, oh my gosh, this is my life, this is real. This is real. But it's okay. I'm happy that I'm still able. Sometimes you gotta look at the silver lining. I'm happy that I am able to be in a position where I can step into the gap when other family members are down, and they can do the same for me. And that, we have this kind of village that helps each other, because people need that. Not everybody has it. So I'm grateful, even though it was a rough day, or not even a rough day, just a really busy day, that everything still got done. And I'm excited to be able to talk to you guys. All right. Even though I said all that, for those of you who don't know me, hey, I'm Corey Foster. I'm a speaker, trainer, certified business coach, and the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions. And that is who is bringing this amazing Monday Night Live series to you. We go live every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with these free training sessions. I encourage you to be engaged with them, ask questions. If you comment, I will be able to see it. If for some reason I don't see it, because sometimes there's like a lag, and I'll go back and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that in the system, I will still go back and respond. Even if you're watching this, #replay, I will still go back and answer questions. So I always tell you, shoot your shot. This is your opportunity. I like to always provide a free source of information, a free piece of value to our clients and potential clients, and just anybody who might benefit from this information. So do take advantage of it. Let's see, updates before we dive into the topic today. If you have not already checked out the iRock podcast, it's called iRock Business with Confidence podcast. Definitely check it out. Season 3 has been going so well. And let me grab my notes to see what topics or people we have coming every single week. Every Friday, a new episode drops. And we've had amazing people like Yvette Owens, Tiffany Allen, Tiara Nicole Riley, who I will actually be at her brunch event June 1st. I had to think of the date, in Maryland. But Tiffany Nicole Riley's in the house, Adam Liette, Danielle Smith Brent, and then I'm trying to think, did Eva's come out already? Eva's may have just came out or is coming out Friday. But definitely check out season 3. We have some amazing entrepreneurs who are talking about all different kinds of things. We have copywriters, storytellers, nonprofit specialists, fundraiser specialists. We have people to talk to us about our mindset and different things. I talk about what I talk about, right? I specialize in business fundamentals, marketing, and sales. And there are just so many other things that go into having an amazing business and a balanced life when you are a business owner. And so I've brought in those extra people to breathe life into you and your business. So please do check that out. The podcast is visual and audio. So you can just literally Google iRock Business with Confidence podcast, and you'll be able to enjoy it on whatever platform that you like. And if you're on our email list or you're in our private community, you'll already see as they drop. You'll see snippets of the episodes along with a link to watch. And thank you for everyone who's already been engaging in it. Definitely remember to review it, give us 5 stars. We appreciate it. All right. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? If so, I will mention it at the end because I want to make sure we get to why you are here today. So what topic are we talking about today? Creating long-lasting client relationships all month long. And I can't believe we're already at the 20th of May, but all month long, we've been talking about not just getting the client, right? We've been talking about that all year, right? How do we get a client? How do we get a client? But we don't always talk about what it takes to really maintain really good relationships with clients once we have them, and how to not only retain them, but get them to come back or be our biggest referrals. So that's been our theme, and our thoughts have been really focused on that for this month. And so we're not going to skip this part. I think it's important to think about the long game. I think so often a lot of, especially new entrepreneurs, are really selling in desperation, right? You're not really vetting people. You're just like, oh my God, they said yes, I'll take you. And yes, they said yes. And you're discounting things, and it's just a mess, right? You're just trying to get your foot in the door, trying to get started, trying to get into revenue. But we really do have to kind of look at it as the long haul and say, where do I see my business being in 5, 10, 20 years down the road? What do I see my life being like? What type of clients really make me want to get out of bed? I really think it's important to remember why a lot of us left our 9 to 5s. If you weren't happy in the 9 to 5, or you didn't feel totally fulfilled, what will make you happy and fulfilled? I don't want to, as a business owner, as a CEO, as a boss, right? I don't want to spend my days dealing with people that I don't want to deal with. And truth be told, that I don't have to deal with. And so we have to think, when we start marketing, right? When we start putting our business together, when we start selling to people, make sure that we are attracting and selling and marketing to people that we actually want to do business with. Me as a business owner, I want to work with other businesses who I believe in what they're talking about. I believe in the vision and the mission they have for their business. I want to feel like I can really help them move to where they have told me they want to go. And if I don't feel that, like if I'm not excited about your brand, then I truthfully should not be working with you. And you all may not be business coaches, obviously, you're looking at this, but whatever you're working on, if you're working in fitness, if you're working in like the life coaching side, if you're consulting, whatever the case may be, make sure that whoever you're focusing on supporting, right, giving value to, breathing life into, that they're people you want to work with, because you want to continue to work with them, and they probably know more people that are like them or one day going to be at the same spot they were, and refer those types of people to you. I tell people all the time, I've worked with DJs, candle makers, photographers, cookbook authors. The list goes on and on. And what I found, and it's nothing against any of those individuals or their amazing companies, but what I found is that I have a heart for service-based businesses. I really love coaches and consultants, and that just brings me joy. And if I do work with the author, it's usually because they're having a book out about their business. Like it's a business book, not like a novel about, birds or something. Like that's not where my heart is. And I've learned that if I stay in that realm, when they refer the people to me, they tend to also fit the people that I'm looking to work with, and it helps keep the business going in the direction I want it to go to. And I'm not like, because I know if you've been in business long enough, you've had that moment where you're like, Lord, I don't want to work with this person. You dread their call. You don't want to see their email pop up. You're just waiting for that contract to end. And you're like, I bet I'm never, ever going to work with this person again. I have been there. I have done it. And I'm telling you, you should not have to deal with that as a CEO, at least not for the long haul. And again, a way to avoid that is to really nip it in the bud early. So let's talk about when we do attract our clients, right? Last year, we took a lot of time really understanding this idea of know, like, and trust. I didn't make it up. Wish I had. It's a tried and true, I would call it a formula for really building a community or an audience that is going to be really ready to work with you. A lot of times, again, we want this quick thing, but when we think of the know, like, and trust method, again, it's a long game. You are establishing yourself as an industry leader. You are showing up and showing out in different places, on different platforms, in different media, and people are getting to know you as a person. They're getting to really know and understand your brand. They are getting this understanding of like, okay, this person is really out here doing it. They're walking the walk. They're not just talking the talk. And then we move on to like, where it's like, well, hold on, I haven't seen them a lot. I like them. I like what they're saying. I like their vibe. I like their personality. I like what I see them putting out. And then we move into the most important step, in my opinion, the trust. Because they're seeing you and they're getting third party credentials because they're seeing you on podcasts. They're seeing you getting booked for speaking gigs. They see you've been a published author. They see that you've been consistent putting out content. If you say you're going to do something, they see that you actually did it. They trust you, and now they are really more ready to work with you. And not just work with you, they're willing to trust you and let you guide them through the process. I can't tell you how irritating it is as like a business coach when somebody's like, all right, I'll work with you, but then they question everything you do and they push back. That's because you have not solidified that know, like, and trust. Because when I have clients who know me, they like me, and they trust me as being an expert in the field I am, they allow me to lead them through my process to get them from where they are to where I know they want to go. All right. And so that's kind of where we all want to be. We want to be in this space of people really trusting and believing in our businesses and believing in us and believing in our brand, that we are able to effectively guide them through our framework, through our strategies, through our years of expertise to get them to where we know they absolutely want to be. Oh, and I didn't even look. Let me. I'm like, I ain't looked at the comments. All right, cool. Just want to make sure I had it open. I said I didn't have the little thing open. All right, so let's talk about building trust with your clients, right? They've already signed on the dotted line. Maybe they paid their deposit. Maybe they've been with you for a while, whatever the case may be. But one thing to always keep in mind as a business owner is this idea of transparency and communication. No, I'm not saying that they need to be all in your business and know every detail, every thought you have. Don't do that. There has to be some boundaries. There has to be, I call it the invisible line of professionalism between you and your clients. Now, I have some clients that I get real with, like my coaching client this morning. I was like, Hunte, this is real over here. And we have that relationship, and we've been working together for over a year. I probably have maybe 2 clients that are like that, where I consider them friends. At this point, we've been working together for a long time, and we can kind of have those moments. But I can tell them all my business like that. That don't look crazy. That looks crazy. But we do have to have some transparency and communication with our clients, with clear communication of saying, okay, these are the expectations. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I expect you to do. If for some reason something falls short, being able to be honest and upfront. And say, okay, this is the situation. This is how we will remedy it. Please let me know if you have comments, questions, concerns. Kind of having that open door policy for them to be able to express themselves and to have that that communication kind of always going back and forth. You don't want people having to be like in their own world, thinking like, what's going on? Why haven't they contacted me? Why did this happen this way? Like, I don't understand. They said this was going to be this way, but it's this way. Like, we don't want that. So nip that stuff in the bud. I'm not saying things don't happen, because they do. You may have to cancel a session with somebody. You may have to reschedule something. You may have forgotten to send something, whatever the case may be. Be open, be transparent, and have really great communication skills. Also, that kind of goes into my next point about being consistent with your service delivery. Don't be great just the first 2 days, you know what I mean? Or the first 30 days in a year-long contract. Stay consistent because people can tell when you drop the ball. I am really honest with my one-on-one coaching clients, because they will, if we're together 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be, they may have picked a date at the beginning that works. And like right now, we're about to move into summer. I was very honest and said, hey, During the school year, that date and that time is amazing. But now that we're moving into summer, I may have to adjust you. I'll still give you some options to make sure it works for you, but just kind of giving you the heads up. And they're like, cool. Because again, I'm very transparent. I try to give people enough notice, but it's like things may change, and it's not me trying to be inconsistent with giving them the deliverables. I don't want them to get blindsided and then not be able to do their sessions. It's like, hey, the situation changed because my one-on-one clients meet with me, and there's only so many of me. And in the summertime, I don't know about you guys, but we got summer camp activities, sleepovers, summer jobs, beach days, all these other things. Like, it's crazy. And so something that may have worked during the year perfectly may just not work during spring breaks, summer breaks, Christmas breaks, right? Holidays. You take off for Ramadan. You may have to take off for what is it? Is it Yom Kippur? I don't want to jack that up, but I could think of any of the holidays. But whatever the holiday is, so you just have to make sure that overall you're very consistent. And if something were to come up, we go back to that transparency and communication and make sure that we are communicating honestly and upfront and as proactively as possible. Also, something that's really, really important for the longevity of your business, but also keeping that trust and that bond with your client, is having integrity. Please don't lie. Like, don't say that you can do something you can't do. Don't say that, you have a resource that you don't have. Don't tell people they're going to 10x their business, but you don't know how to 10x their business. Be very mindful of what you say, how you say it, and just keep to being ethical. Me and my clients talk about that a lot because anytime sales is in the mix, the waters can be murky. And so I tell people, really lean into how you feel, what you would expect, the type of businesses you respect, and how they do business, and just be as ethical as you can as you progress in your business. Because it matters. It matters. Like, we are the faces of our brands, and it really matters how we carry ourselves as individuals, and then how that leads and kind of goes into our business and the people that we work with. There are businesses that I really like that I'm like, I can't. There's one business was almost cut this year that I really wanted to work with. But the more I listen to, not the business owner themselves, but I'll give you this is what happened. We're going to be transparent. I wanted to work with this brand because I knew that it would be beneficial if I learned more about this brand to bring it back to you guys, because it was affordable and they had some really good features. And I, before I knew I was going to invest in them, I was like, yep. They offered this free conference. I said, well, I'm going to go check it out. Heck yeah. And they said, if you upgrade, you can get more stuff. Again, I can get more value and bring it back to you guys. So I said, okay, cool. So I'm invested now. I've spent some money for this free conference. I go, and they had this guy who was very much, to me, a very super hard Republican, super hard conservative type, super traditional values, really made me feel yuck as he talked, wannabe Bible thumper. It was awful. And I consider, and this is the thing, because for those of you who don't know me, I consider myself a Christian. I consider myself having really great values, but I'm very much like, I love everybody. And, if you're not harming others, let things be. And it bothered me. His speech that it didn't need to have all of that extra in it. I was sitting there, and I remember calling one of my good friends and mentors and being like, I don't know if I can invest in this company, because they are good friends with the owner. And if they're good friends with the owner, I can't imagine them never having these conversations. So does the owner, who never speaks about these things, does he believe this way? Because if he believes this way, I don't want to invest in that, because he's going to bring up more people like him that, this putting money in their pockets, right? I'm sure he's paying these speakers, and, it's going to their audience and pushing their mission. And it bothered me. Y'all, it bothered me so bad. And my mentor was like, girl, I don't know. And we went back and forth, and we're giving them a trial run this year, because I was like, okay, that was one speaker. We're going to keep our ears pierced. But if I see a trend, and you have not heard me recommend them yet, you might not get a recommendation at all. I'm not even going to mention who they are. But It matters. It matters because I felt like, I'm not gonna say they weren't ethical is a strong word. I just feel like their values, right? Their core values, me as a person, how I believe at the deepest, most important part to me did not align with that individual to the point where I said, they may not be somebody I want to invest in because again, if I'm giving you money, then that's feeding your mission and I don't believe in that. That could be harming my people, my community, people that actually want to help. And so yeah, I had to put a lot of things right with my soul just to invest. And then like I said, we're still not promoting them. I'm still learning, but we don't know. We'll see what happens. So just keep that in mind. You don't want someone on the other side of the screen or at that stage in your an audience hearing your message or hearing you talk and then being like, ugh, I don't like that, or I don't like their business practices, or I feel icky by what they said because again, we've broken that know, like, and trust. They know you, they've gotten to know you, they don't like you, and they for sure don't trust you with their growth. They're people they know growth. They don't trust you with anything. All right, so let's talk about delivering consistent value, right? To ensure that you're able to keep clients, right? We talked about trust. We should all know now that it's important, but let's go into value. This is something I stress a lot because I think that we somehow we're programmed, I feel, in our minds to think that if we don't sell, and I mean like directly sell, then people won't buy. Now, should we do some direct selling? Absolutely. I was actually talking to my team just today, and I said we gotta amp up a little bit more of the direct sales because we've been really consistent on value. But I'm looking at our analytics, and sometimes you just gotta tell people like, "Hey, come buy this." But the majority of the content, no matter what platform and media you're using, should be about value, right? Because if you like, say somebody wants to learn how to make $1 million, right? If every day you teach them a new way to make $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever it is, if they're getting that from you and they're not paying for it, they're like, dang, if they can teach me this and I ain't even paying for it, I can't imagine what, you know what I'm saying? Well, they teaching me free how to make $100. I can't imagine what they're gonna teach me, how much they're gonna teach me how to make if I pay them some money. That's kind of the feeling you want. So you want to give people value. You want to give them some wins, even if they have not formally invested in you. That's one of the reasons why we do these Monday Night Lives. That's why we have our free webinars. That's why we have our, if you sign up for our email list, you get over, I think it's over 6 hours of training and content for people all over the world that have worked with us. That's why we try not to put everything behind a pay gate. We're like, there's a lot of stuff you can have for free. Now, is it going to be all organized in a nice bow? And are you going to know exactly what you need to get from point A to point B? No, those are things you need to invest in. But can you get some wins with the free content? Absolutely. Could you use today's talk and put it in your business plan to really build up your marketing and really think about your client journey and ensure that you have better client retention? Will it increase your numbers? Absolutely, if you put it to work. But is there a way that if you actually paid and worked with me, we would help you do that? Check your stuff, look at your analytics. Absolutely. So it's a different level, but you can give massive value for free. I think sometimes we think that, we'll run out of stuff. Like, if I gave them everything for free, then what would they pay for? You got a lot. Just know you got a lot. A lot of you have been in business or at least been in your industry for decades. There's no way your free 30-minute webinar is going to give everything away. It's not even going to give 10% away. So just keep that in mind. But when you are putting out value, again, it doesn't matter what medium. We're not going into like, it has to be a post or a webinar or a speaking thing. Wherever you're putting out value, just make sure that you understand your client's needs first, right? Because if you're putting out information, but it doesn't really pertain to where your clients are right now or prospective clients are right now, then it's not beneficial. So understand your clients' needs. What are their challenges? What's keeping them up at night? Where are they trying to go in their life, their businesses, whatever that their problem is, whatever X is that you're trying to solve. Make sure that all of the value you're putting out relates to that main issue, and then go above and beyond, especially if they're clients already. Add value beyond expectations. For instance, maybe you have a course. In that course, you promised X, Y, and Z. Give them some bonuses. Show up a little bit more than you said, right? Offer some specials, right? Do something beyond the expected, because when you over deliver, people get excited. They're like, oh my god, I love it, thank you so much. Like, yes, do something special. And it doesn't always have to be a discount, guys. It could be a special ebook, right? It didn't cost you anything to, like, once you create the ebook, you paid for it. It's made. Offer that as an additional thing for somebody buys your group coaching program. Hey, you also getting this free ebook. Yay. Now as your business gets better, I have in my drawers here, I have extra books that I've got, and I have tons of extra little mini courses that I've received, all kind of little PDF things, Canva little hacks, like cool stuff. As your business gets up there, you may decide to give bonuses or add-ons that do cost you a little bit. But truth be told, let's get real for a second. Truth be told, guys, when you do your pricing, make the numbers work. Let's just be real. That's how it works. It's nice for your audience to be like, oh, we got this free, right? Oh, I got a free t-shirt. Oh, I got a free ticket to this conference. Oh, I got upgraded for, I get a meal here, or whatever the case may be. Oftentimes, if we were truly honest, we know it's in the pricing, but they weren't going to give it to us unless we upgraded or we signed up now. And so now we have it. So yay. But yeah, over deliver. So sometimes I'll tell my clients, all right, first write down, let's talk about a course. Write down everything they absolutely need to have to get from X, to get from A to B, right? Because you have to make sure that they whatever problem you said they had that you're going to solve, that you solve it. So what do they absolutely need to have? You're going to include that. Now, what would be some really cool things that would add to it? And it's like, all right, cool, that's your upgrade. But like, is there some fun stuff we could add in that's like not make or break, but it's really cool that they would like, and they would be like, oh, this is exciting. Let's make that something that we just surprise them with. And so that's the thought process you have, because I think oftentimes it becomes overwhelming. You're like, I don't know what to give them. Write down everything they absolutely got to have, give it to them. Upgrade them to some stuff that would be really cool, that would add value, and give them maybe a faster way to get to B, or a easier way to get to B. And then some really cool stuff that, just is nice, that could be helpful, not a make or break. Those are things that are just great bonuses to kind of over deliver for. Another way to easily over deliver is when you set your time parameters. Give yourself more time. So for instance, it may take my team 14 days to make something. I'll say, hey, 30 days, it'll be done. People are already excited. 30 days, yay. But will they be even more excited when I'm like, guess what? We got finished early. Here it is. They're like, yay. So try it when you can to also do things like that. Let them get to where they want to go even earlier than you projected for them. Also, kind of going back to what we talked about last week, when we talk about giving consistent value and making sure we have retention, go back to making sure you're getting that feedback, because sometimes we are so close to our products and services, and we work so hard. We're like, oh, it's great. Like, we finally thought it was perfect enough to put out. Make sure you're getting feedback so that you can adjust and make your products even better. We talked about last week how, like, if somebody gave you the feedback, or most people gave you the feedback and you fixed it, tell your audience, hey, we heard you guys. You said that you wanted this. We did it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for the feedback. Because they're excited. They're like, yay, they actually listened to me. They fixed it or made it better. And now we get the benefits of that. All right. So we got know, like, and trust. We built that trust. We've talked about delivering amazing value. Let's talk about personalizing your approach to ensure that you're meeting your clients' needs. Something that I really recommend, especially when it's in the coaching realm, is having some customizable solutions. Now, I'm not saying that you have to create something new for every client. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. But allowing spaces within your business where people can tailor their solutions, or do like add-ons and different things, make it better. I actually spoke with one of my clients today, who I've worked with now for over a year at this point. We were kind of talking about what is that the next year look like. Yes, this is the time. We don't wait till the end, because we have to start planning, and I have to make sure that we can, accommodate everyone's needs. But I was like, done a lot of like 6-month packages, and every time, it seems like, every couple of months she has to add on something that, she really wants, but it wasn't in her original package. And I said, as we start thinking about 2025, let's really write down all the things, all the services that you really like and you want more consistently. Like, let's just put it in your package, let's customize it. And then let's also look and say, okay, now that we've done, meeting once a week and all that stuff, where can we maybe, because she was looking at her budget, like where can we maybe shave off some things to make it work for your budget? And so I do that. I actually ask a lot of my clients towards the end of the year, I say, hey, as a Christmas gift to yourself, send me a wish list. And I will try to customize something for you. Now, I already have prices for everything that we pretty much offer. But what I do is I put it on all the things they wish in, and I say, well, heck, if they're going to bundle with me and they're going to stay with me for a year, let's see where there's some wiggle room. Let's see where we can give them some discounts. Let's see where we can add some extra value. Let's see where we can even make a new solution for them so they don't have to go to some random person to get that solution because we didn't think to offer it. And so that has really been a really great thing within our business. I think our clients really appreciate it, and it's helped them a lot, and it's helped our business retain amazing clients. So don't be afraid to customize it. I'm not saying customize every little thing. Like if somebody bought a $29 course, they get the course. But especially for your high ticket, if there's areas to customize, definitely allow for that. Allow for there to be space to have relationship building, right? So discuss the importance with your clients and the people you work with. Um, Discuss with them, things that will help them and help you guys kind of establish a better relationship. So again, people don't have to come and ask you stuff all the time. It's like, hey, you're noticing this, right? Hey, are you overwhelmed? You look a little overwhelmed. Were you unsure about last week's call? Is there anything we can do? I have some clients where I have to like email them or send them a text to keep them accountable. And it's not every client. Like some of my clients don't need that, but some do. And it's like being able to have that kind of relationship where I say, hey, I'm going to text you on Wednesday. Make sure you're halfway through our to-do list so that when Friday, you haven't lost the whole week. Right. When I have some clients that are neurodivergent and they know like Corey's gonna have to keep reminding me, and I'll keep reminding them and be like, hey, let's go. And some of them need a more firmer talk, and I'm like, all right, we have the real talk. You ain't do what you said you're gonna do last week. Why didn't you do what you said you're gonna do last week? What are we gonna do to get it done? We're gonna get it done, And so we have that kind of relationship. So make sure that you kind of discuss things with your clients as you can. And make sure that you guys have a relationship that I don't yell at my clients, but being firm with them, like that would not work for everybody. So building up the relationship enough where I can be firm or I can send a text, like a get it done text, and they get it done and they're not like, oh my God, why is she like that? It's just so important. So build that kind of trust in that community within your clients and kind of be able to see where they need some additional support. Even if maybe it's a health thing, maybe somebody had a health thing, just being able to be like, hey, checking in on you, because it's those little things that really show people you care. It's not just, oh, they're a client. The last thing I want to talk about, Lord, my mouth is dry, I'm just like dying here. But the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I'm always about like getting it done, because we're talking about your client's journey. We're talking about giving them value, keeping that trust going, building those relationships, the bond. How do we do that? Because it's hard. Like, who remembers all their clients and all that information? And I mentioned this before, and I'm going to keep mentioning it. And if you're in the private Facebook community, you can go to the guide section and get my affordable resources list. Go to the CRM section. So CRM is the customer relationship management systems. And there will be a list of CRMs that I recommend that are affordable. But a CRM system will help you guys really stay on top of your communication, right? With your clients and your systems. You may forget, like I may forget birthdays. I may forget like timelines, what we talked about. I love using CRMs and project management tools. Like I love Trello. I also love Honeybook for my CRM. Trello's a project management tool. And then I also love the Google Suite Google Docs, Google Sheets, because I'm able to share resources not only with my client, but their team, my team. And we're able to kind of keep a list of links. So we can keep a list of SOPs. We can keep a list of different projects we're working on. We can just put the links in Trello so that they're not having tons and tons of content in those little, if you ever use Trello, those little boxes, and it just works. So I would say Trello's free. The Google Suite is free. So those two free pieces right there, and then top it with a affordable CRM. Those three things will really allow you to stand out in your industry and to stay on top of really supporting your clients as they engage with your business as a paid client. All right, so that is it for today, y'all. I did it. I made it. And when I talked for a while too, that was 40 minutes. Last thoughts of the day, actually two things. One, back in December, I got a gift that was my win jar that my mentor, one of my mentors gave to me. For those of you, we're almost to the middle of the year. For those of you who, one, are really in a place of like, I don't know if this business thing is going to work for me, or I don't know, like I don't feel excited about it, or I feel kind of in the dumps, or I don't know if I'm hitting my goals, get yourself a win jar. I wish I would have thought of this, but I didn't. But the way it works is every time I have a win, I take the win, I write it on a paper, and I put it in the jar. And it's like a visual representation that keeps me excited about my business. So we're in May. This is my current win jar. So these are like some clients, speaking engagements. What else is in here? I think that's it. Just clients and speaking engagements. So for right now, it's just business. But it's my little win jar. You guys can't see, but it's engraved with my name. And I told my mentor when she gave it to me, I said, I want it so full in December that it's like hard to close it. So we are well on our way. Just wanted to kind of give you guys that update. And then last but not least, if you have been engaging with these lives, I don't care if it's your first time, if you've been listening and you are like, I really want to do better with my business, where it comes to business fundamentals, marketing, sales, building clients that will come back time and time again. If you feel like, hey, I really need support, I do encourage you, go ahead and book a free strategy call. Anybody who's worked with me, anybody who's even gone on a free strategy call with me knows I give massive value. Come take notes. Even if you choose not to work with me, you will leave with some amazing ideas to grow your business. We talk about your business specifically. On these Monday Night Lives, I have to be pretty general because we have so many different types of coaches and consultants out there. But when we get on a call and it's just me and you, we can actually look and talk about what your goals are, what you're already implementing in your business, where you want to go, and how we can get you there, and give you some real strategy on that call. So I encourage you, the link is in the description of this video. Take advantage of that. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. With that being said, guys, remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock. And I will talk to you guys next time. In the journey of entrepreneurship, success is often about having the right guidance and tools at your fingertips. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your compass to business excellence. We understand that as a service-based small business owner, your path to success is unique. That's why iRock offers a wide range of coaching and consulting services tailored to your needs. Imagine gaining the knowledge you need from the comfort of your own home. Explore our quick on-demand webinars, courses, and toolkits designed to accelerate your business growth. But we go beyond that. Join our vibrant community in our group coaching programs, or experience personalized guidance with our one-on-one coaching and consulting services. At iRock, every program comes with incredible bonuses. These bonuses are designed to support you on your journey, helping you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Some of our bonuses include expert speaker sessions, group Q&A calls, guides, checklists, scripts, and more. Ready to supercharge your business journey? Explore our coaching and consulting services. Get the guidance and tools you need to reach your goals. Empower your business with iRock Marketable Business Solutions.